Hello, hello, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another Chibikiras podcast. And today we are going to react to the latest JJK chapter 269, and I'm here with my lovely co host, the Chestnut Tanuki.
Hello, I am the Chestnut Tanuki, and thank you for having me on again, Hime. I super appreciate it. Even though we do this every week and every stream.
Uh, Listen, I'll always be thankful to be on your stream, and I'm happy you're happy to be on my stream. Um, But yeah, guys, sorry if I look a bit crazy. I'm hella tired, but still woke up to do the stream for you guys. I heard that this chapter was ass, so I'm very excited to
That's
criticize it.
insane. That's insane. That's
You know
insane.
what's funny, guys? Actually, this might be the first like JJK chapter like in a while that I have read zero leaks. I literally don't know what happens in this chapter. So I'm very excited to see what happens.
Which is weird
Yeah.
because I read all of the leaks when they came out, so this is
That's
like the one time that
that's
we've
funny.
completely
You know,
switched.
you know why I didn't? Because like Maya on Twitter didn't do leaks for this chapter this time because like he had like family issues and I just don't read leaks elsewhere. So I just skipped
Mm,
them.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
Not like
Well, if
you're missing anything.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was told, so I'm not that, you know.
All right.
Also, hello everybody in the chat. Thank you for coming popping in. So do you wanna start?
Yeah, I can start this garbage fire of a chapter. Chapter 269 Reflection. It says at a small candy store on a street corner, and we get this nice little panel. We go down,
Cute.
and it says, "Big wins, ultra sauce flavor. What's your price?" And then we see Mei Mei, unfortunately still alive, and this old dude, who I don't know who he is.
Yeah, scary old dude. Cool.
And then we pop down and immediately get the reveal that Yuta's alive. Not even a little bit. Just
The
how
tension.
do you
Oh my, there's so much tension. I'm like shivering from tension, bro.
one
Are
what
you? Do you
listen, bro.
see me shivering from tension from across the camera?
I I'm actually happy that Yuta's alive. I'm not happy that Yuta's alive like this though.
I know, right?
Like everything
Like
is
what?
just like fine and normal.
Like
And this
this
is
is
like
like no
JJK, like he should
stakes.
be like yeah, like to me, Jujutsu Kaisen has always been really good because it's like even if somebody is back, like they don't look good. It's like, oh, they're alive, but barely, right? And it's kind of like that's what I would assume from this, where it's like, he's in this like hospital bed and they're going and they're like around him. Like they could have had a little bit of tension, but we just kind of get like he's okay, and it's like, all right, he's
Yeah,
okay.
it's like I guess like listen, whatever. I
uh, so then we get Maki, Yuta, you bastard! Don't start thinking everything's all sunshines and rainbows just because you're back in your body. And then we
apparently it
see
is. Apparently it's all sunshine and rainbows because it's Disney Kaisen. But keep going. Sorry, sorry, I'm
listen,
sorry.
we can't even say anything because like One Piece has the exact same like
I
issue.
know, but it is okay. But that's the thing. It is expected from One Piece. Oda is a known repeat offender, fraud that
He
doesn't kill
really is
people.
fraud, bro.
We are not. This is the thing. We didn't know that Gege played the same games. You know.
That is true. That is true. And there are a couple people in this chapter that I'm actually because I've been spoiled. There's actually a couple people that I'm just upset that they're still alive. Call me a horrible person, but I don't like when every single character is like fine. That's my thing. Like
Mhm.
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But it says, don't you start thinking everything's all sunshines and rainbows just because you're back in your body. Maki-san? What's up, Megami? How you feeling? A little foggy. Is this what happens after Unlimited Void? That's actually
Bruh,
funny. I got a flight leave, if that's it. And then we
bruh.
see Megami go, I'd like to properly apologize to everyone. And then Maki goes, that can wait. You have nothing to apologize for anyways.
That's crazy. Maki is really like fired up, bro.
I need like the camera turn. But also, what's up, Jackson? We're doing great.
What's
We're
up,
reading
Jackson?
a One Piece
Mid
style Jujutsu
Kaizen.
Kaisen, a One Piece style JJK chapter, bro. But
She meant to
like,
say mid Kaizen.
listen, bro, I they don't even want a little. They're not even gonna be like a little bit of apology for Megami, bro.
I'm gonna be
That's fine.
honest. At this point, it's Gege who needs to apologize, but this is beyond
That's
this is
that's
beyond us at
insane.
this point.
Listen, ever since
Yeah.
Hakari got off screened, I think Hime has just hated JJK, bro.
It
Like,
went downhill, bro. It went downhill
it,
from there. I'm gonna be honest. There were red flags ever since the Gojo Sukuna fight. Like I should have seen the red flags. I just like me. I don't see red flags in men, so I just let Gege just brainwash me, bro.
oh my gosh. But then we get Megumi going, and then we hear Itadori, I wanted to apologize. And then Kusakabe's alive. Wonderful. We love that.
Of course. No, but listen, that's the thing. You're alive. He's alive. Oprah is just making everybody go alive. Like everybody can
You're
be
alive!
alive.
You're alive! It's literally the Vegapunks all over again. Remember how sad I got in the One Piece chapter? I was like, really?
Yes.
More fake out deaths? It's fine,
Mm,
it's fine. It goes, this
this
is
is
all because
Kinemon all
Gojo.
over again.
Oh my god, Kinemon. Oh my god, put him in the ground, bro. He should not be alive. But we get this and it
Literally.
goes, this is all because Gojo refused to kill Itadori from the get-go.
I mean, you know what? He ain't wrong. He
That's
ain't wrong.
that is actually not true, right? That's actually not true. They were force feeding Itadori the fingers, right? And even after they did this, like, all they had to not do is be like, yeah, he's fine, he just can't eat any more fingers. But technically, like, it's all Gojo's fault because he was trying to kill off Sukuna entirely, right? Like that was the entire purpose. Like Itadori eating the finger, totally like that really didn't matter because he could like control Sukuna at that point. And anyways, it gave
Yeah,
him like
but
kind of a boost.
he could because he could like still like at some point just like decided to become evil, like turn over them. So that's what he meant. He meant like, oh, if we wanted to like be safe 100%, we should have killed him. But they wouldn't have
Yeah,
done that.
but
And yes,
actually
Sukuna is already dead. Don't worry, we'll get back
actually
to the
though,
king.
to
Love
be
it.
to be entirely fair, that's actually not true either.
It
Because
is.
they Jogo, the goat, had like 17 fingers that they could have just force fed somebody.
But the thing
Remember
is,
they
like
had like all
Sukuna
of
had
them.
no vessel. Like Sukuna had no vessel to like
That
be
was
like alive.
No, yeah, but that was only because they didn't give it to somebody yet. They just said that like
But
Itadori already had the fingers and he already had like a bunch of them, which is why they
yeah,
ended up giving the fingers to like somebody
but do you
else.
think somebody would have been like a vessel that would have been like inhabitable like for Sukuna? Because the thing is like it
Yes.
only worked because Yuji is like
That's not true
related to
because
him.
Megami. No, that's
No,
not
no, but
true
that's
because
the thing. At the beginning, I'm talking at the beginning. We don't know if that would have worked also at the beginning.
no, Hime, like at the beginning of the series, they just thought that Sukuna took over. It's like, oh, you're not supposed to eat it because Sukuna can take over. Like anybody could have eaten those fingers. It's just that Itadori was the only one that could control it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it would have reacted the same way as like in the end of series at the beginning of the series. I'm just wondering if it would have the same effect.
I mean, like from what they were saying, like Itadori was just different because they
But
didn't
that's
like
the
they,
thing. That's why I wonder is
but
if
it was
like
on.
you should have like maybe a sort of connection to make it work better. I don't know. I'm just like I have. It's just like my theory. I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm right or wrong. I'm just saying maybe there's something
Yeah.
there. I don't know.
Let me continue. It says, and Isidori was just a victim of Kenjaku's playing Jujutsu terrorist. I guess that
Interesting
it's all
translation.
Kenjaku's fault. Yeah.
I
It
mean,
says
obviously, yeah, the mastermind was Kenjaku. I mean, Kenjaku, who like had the worst closure in anime manga history. Yeah, sure, but yeah,
I still can't believe that he's actually dead. That's
I
insane.
don't.
He'll kill off
Do
Kenjaku, but
you
he won't
know?
kill off Kusakabe.
Do you know that there's still? Hey, him, how you feeling? Seeing Hakari every chapter. You shouldn't have asked that. But no, actually, damn, he like I'm upset now because I forgot what I was about to say. I'm thinking about Hakari. Yeah, no, yeah, no, exactly. That's the thing, Kenny. So there's still a delusional side of me that think that at the last chapter there's just gonna be like, and Kenny is still alive. I don't know, open ending. I don't know. Okay, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm delusional, probably.
Okay. But I don't particularly think, or he was saying, I'm firmly in the pro execution camp. You have Yaga-san to thank for me being here, but I don't particularly think either side was in the wrong. Everyone had their truth, and those truths led us here. You kids shouldn't feel the least bit guilty. You're all careless brats. Feel free to act like it. Us grown-ups are to blame. Exactly, bro. Don't be blame Itadori. Itadori literally didn't do anything.
Yeah, just blame Gege, honestly, at this point, as I said. All right, so they're all in everybody unscratched. How? Okay, so here, this is Itadori talking. How were you able to go back to your body, Okutsu Senpai? All right, good question. Actually, we are all wondering. He's like, thanks to Rika-chan, of course. Thanks to Rika-chan, I thought her not coming with me to Gojo Sensei's body meant our connection was severed. In reality, after Eri-san treated me, Rika-chan was using reverse curse technique to consistently maintain my body. Oh, fuck off! Still, fuck
Bro.
off! Get the fuck out of here! Get out
Oh
of
my
here!
god.
Still, we need to get through this chapter. Still, I was convinced I was a goner once Kenjaku's technique burnt out in a domain. This is Jujutsu Kaisen. We don't kill anybody apparently. Mei Mei, where were you the entire time, bro?
No,
We
bro,
can
this
consider.
like Snake, bro. Get out of here. If
You
anyone
know,
could have gone, bro, get her out.
you know what's funny? You know what I find hilarious? This is the by the way, guys. This is the crash out stream. I'm warning you. I should have titled it the crash out stream.
You should just
You know
do
what?
it.
You know what's funny about Meme, guys, is that like I feel like Meme is like the type of bitch like there's a group project. You know, she didn't pick to be in the group project, and she comes at the last day. She put her name and get graded the same way everybody got graded. This is Meme, bro.
She's Snake, bro. She's Snake. Get her out of here.
Yeah. So she goes. She's like, we can consider that a. Sorry, give me a sec. Well, I can't see anything. We can consider that a slight miscalculation. Kenjaku was living. Okay, we can consider that a slight miscalculation. Dot. Kinjaku was living proof that it can operate after opening a domain. What does that mean? Wait,
The
what?
Kenjaku's
Do you?
curse technique. Yeah.
Okay, okay. I'm just so confused
That
about
like
this
because
sentence.
Kenjaku was able to like open up like a domain expansion. Wait, was he?
Bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't understand her
Did Kenjaku
sentence.
ever?
We can
I
consider
don't
that
think.
a
I
slight
don't think
miscalculation.
Kenjaku.
Was living proof that. Yeah, let me just keep reading. He was
I
likely
mean,
okay.
he.
Okay,
I don't
he's.
know.
I think they're explaining here. Well, hold on a second.
Okay.
I'm tired, guys. He was likely separating the multiple techniques intentionally via some kind of method. If I had to guess, I'd say barrier techniques. Obviously, someone who's used the technique for a millennia would be more prepared than someone using a fresh copy.
No, they're basically saying like Kenjaku's technique like can be used after like a domain clash, I guess, right? Like and like because Kenjaku like had the technique for so many years, like he was just able to like do it like effortlessly where it's like with Yuta we didn't know. I guess that's what they're saying. I don't understand why it would have been
Uh,
burnt out after using a technique though. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Like why would you even think that? My thing is like did we ever see Kenjaku open up a domain? I don't think so. Until
I
I
don't
know.
even
And
remember.
I don't even think we know if Geto had a domain expansion.
I think he did.
Because like I remember like he said you know what, maybe
But you know,
in
in the film
Shinjuku.
Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, you know when he had all these beasts. Like I don't know if
Yeah,
that was
but
actually.
I don't know if that's his domain expansion though, because that would be more because
I'm not
it
sure.
wasn't an actual thing. And I'm like thinking like in Shinjuku, like was that because I don't know.
I'm gonna be
But yeah, that's
honest.
or Shinjuku, yeah,
You know
Shibuya.
what? You know
I'm
what?
not too sure.
Like, I don't care.
My thing is, I know that, like in Shibuya he had that thing, but wouldn't that technically be like an open domain then? Like what he was doing? Because I don't remember like an actual domain, and I don't think he did a domain expansion. I thought that that was just his powers because Kenjaku had like completely taken over, and he was able to use all of the
They're
cursed spirit.
trying. You know what? They're just trying to explain why Yuta
That could have
survived, right?
possibly been a domain expansion. I'm just maybe misremembering. Let's keep going.
Hold
Let's
on,
keep
hold
going.
on. Yeah, yeah, and I just want to say, Shpibbles, he's right. He said Hime is tired of like shouting from her, like from my football game, because my team had a football game at 9 a.m. and I had like 35 heart attacks while watching that shit. That shit was horrible to watch, but we won. Thank God. I was praying the whole time, so my whole energy, like I'm good.
Okay,
All
get
right,
back to Jujutsu Kaisen there,
all right.
Missy.
So, um, anyways, Panda, I don't know why you're alive. After the technique recovered, I was in a state of oh no, that's Yuta probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After the technique recovered, I was in a state of suspended animation, but wait, once I reconnected with my external storage of techniques, Rika-chan we eventually got here. I'm really sorry to have worried you all. Who cares about that? And then, if Yuta had taken things more seriously, we would have won a hell of a lot easier. That's the real problem. Okay. At this point, Giga just making excuses on why he's alive. Whatever, bro.
I don't
Just. We get it.
I don't know.
You wanted to save him. It doesn't matter. Whatever the explanation is. All right. And then, wait, is that like then my last page, or I just read my first one?
That was your second one. You have one more page left.
Okay, cool, perfect. Now we have like a little flashback to Kenny and Yuta's fight. And also Hiroguruma's fight. Here, Maki's talking. She says, "First, I should have led the surprise attack on Kenjaku. Then there's Hiroguruma Executioner's sword plan. If we use Toge remote curse speech, we could have ended things in a flash. Higuruma should have had the tape recorder on him." Okay, I mean, if you had all
Yes.
of this plan in your head, why didn't you tell? Why didn't you guys like operate this? I'm sorry, like
Y'all talked
like
for 3 months and
I'm
nobody thought of
confused.
this.
I'm confused. Why are you guys like discuss? I mean, listen, maybe this is like like after doing a plan, this is how you grow. You guys talk about the bad things that happen and what could have been better. I feel like Gege shouldn't waste his time on this. I mean, okay, sure. Anyways, here we have I think it's Toge. I don't know who that is. It says curse speech. Oh, okay, yeah, Toge's curse speech. Curse speech cannot be activated more than once simultaneously until the recording is played. The technique is considered in use. As such, only one tape recorder is allowed. Ah, okay, so like it's only one time, once at a time. Look at Hakari.
Mm.
Look at Hakari, bro, in the back, bro.
Hakari don't even know what's going on. He's like, I didn't do anything. I was just standing there for 3 months.
This is crazy. Participation trophy, literally.
Oh my god.
Then we have Todo, who's of course still alive as well. You're
Well, I
wrong,
love Toto,
Maki.
so that's okay.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. You're right. We love Todo. We stand Todo. So you're wrong, Maki. You aren't a viable target for my boogie woogie. It's hard to say if Okutsu would have succeeded without my help. Not to mention, Okutsu and Rika's powers were necessary to stop the rampaging cursed spirits.
Okay.
Okay. Interesting. Go ahead.
So now they're saying, like, actually, that's wrong. Why are we still talking about this?
You know what? Probably because Gege don't want people to come. Actually, if they would have done this, Gege probably wanted to lay down that the fact that he knew that there was maybe a better plan. I don't know.
I guess maybe, but like at the end of the day, like Maki could because Maki
Like,
doesn't
who
have any
cares?
cursed like energy, like she could have just hid and then just speed blitz because we know how fast Maki is, right?
Yeah.
So like we probably
Yeah.
didn't even need the boogie woogie. The only reason you needed it is because they would have like been able to feel the cursed energy from Yuta. Is what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. I'm
And
assuming what this
honestly,
chapter is damage control, basically saying like, oh, the plan could have gone in multiple different ways. So now they're having the characters kind of go like, well, it couldn't have, where it's like, well, I mean, like technically it
I
could
mean,
have,
I
right?
guess I don't know if this is like part of like the Jujutsu Kaisen like sorcery like evolution where like you talk about what went wrong and what could have gone better. I don't know. I feel like he's waste like this is a waste of space. Like we could discuss other things. Like the manga is ending in 2 chapters. Like, can we talk about something else?
Yeah, could we like talk about like I don't know what's going on with the outside world, like anything about like more so like Kenjaku's actual plan and kind of what's going forward for them instead of like, well, we could have done this and that, but we'll see. We'll see. We're only halfway through the chapter.
Okay.
Um, all right. I am going to read the next panel. So it goes, plus Toge's curse speech only worked because the timing made that reaction survivable. If we used it when Sukuna was feeling fine and dandy, Toge would have been killed by the feedback. Salmon Row. Sukuna was just playing around. He was capable of killing me whenever he wanted, and if somebody like Okotsu were there, he would have done so.
Mm.
Curse speech is easy to counter. I'm the one who decided it's best to use inside of Okotsu's domain with no one else around to interfere. With no violence allowed inside my domain, that would have been impossible. And then we
Mm.
go, still, pretty scary how a guy.
Wait. This is Hiroguruma, right? Another person who's alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just
Yeah.
wanted to let the
Oh,
chat know that
yeah. Oh, no, yeah. I'm sorry. He's alive. He's still alive. I like I said, bro, I never want to hear another JJK fan talk about One Piece or My Hero. That's it. Don't talk about One Piece. Don't talk about My Hero. Any shonen author says, you know what, I'm gonna. It's like, you know, like when LeBron James is doing his dunks and they had those edits. It's like a shonen author when it comes to bringing back characters people thought they killed, and it's just LeBron James dunking. That's what this is. Every shonen manga, bro, every single one of them, for some reason, thinks that all of these characters that had good endings or that got killed off need to come back at the very end. He was dead, bro.
Okay, we're gonna stop here to just discuss this because this is very big. Like, what was the reason to make all these fake sacrifices, create all this tension, like leave us hanging like that, like leave us like with amazing great closures. Like, personally, I loved Higuruma's closure. It was a beautiful closure. And now you're fucking up his closure. Like, what was the reason of these sacrifices? Like, why are you like? It's not like Higuruma has like such a big fan base. You're gonna lose on money for the merchandise, like regarding him. Like, why are you bringing him back to life? Like, who's crying Higuruma's death? Like, obviously, I really like him. Like, still, like, why are you doing this? Like, I can understand you want to keep Yuta alive because he's such a very favorable character. Whatever, okay. But why Higuruma? Why like Kusakabe? Why are you bringing back everybody, bro? Like, what's the reason?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. But we're just passing over this too. Like, everybody's just back. So it's like, I guess we're just kind of glossing over this. The thing is now, right? Gojo's body is back together.
No, no, no. We're not gonna do it. I
It's
swear to God,
not
this is
hope. It is
top,
called
top,
hope.
top one worst manga ending if that happens, and
How
you
how
know
much
it.
how much you want to bet that Gojo comes back?
He doesn't.
How much you want to bet?
I'm not. Listen. I know
How
he's
much
not
do you
coming
want?
back.
How much do you want to bet?
I'm not betting money. I don't bet money,
What do you want to bet?
bro. He's not coming back. I don't know what to bet. He's not coming back, bro.
If Gojo comes back, you need to do a Gojo cosplay.
Sure. Okay. He's not coming back though.
Mm.
But okay. Sure.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, it goes still pretty scary how a guy that's only been a sorcerer for 2 months is alive and kicking after all of that. They
Yeah.
literally
Really.
said,
He's
right?
right.
They're like,
You know what?
that's like, they're like, damn, that's pretty crazy.
How I wonder how
Oh.
that is possible.
But then it
Literally.
goes, it wasn't intentional. And then I guess he's just looking down and they're just not gonna, I guess they're just like, okay, he's back. And then we hear
God
Maki
loves
go,
soul.
regardless, if the backup from abroad had been there from the start, things may have been different. And then they're like sneezing. And then they all go, yo, Hikari, why are you like that? You were literally fighting Elsa for like the entire time and did no damage.
And whose fault is that, Gege?
Also, why isn't that Karari? What did this bitch do? I don't think she did anything. May
I don't.
May, get out of here. You bro thinks she's on the squad. May, you did 0 things. It was your brother, Uwe, who was carrying, bro. Insane.
Bro. I don't know what to say, bro.
But then I guess they'll go, that's true. And then they said, they told me they weren't coming. I told you it was a long shot, yet they came. So they told him no. And so Yuta's like, they're not coming. And then they ended up showing up. Oh, it's
Yeah,
Yuta's fault.
it's not
Why?
Yuta's. Yeah, it's not Yuta's fault. Like, why are they? Why? That's This is. You know what? Gege has shown us how even his characters don't take accountability, and he doesn't as a mangaka as well. So this is just like he's just
That's
projecting self
insane.
projection.
I just don't understand. Why are you mad at Yuta? Listen, I'm glad Yuta's alive. I love Yuta. There's no reason for people to be mad. That's not his fault, bro. Also, everybody's alive. Why are you? It's not like people died.
Literally.
Oh my gosh. All right, go ahead, Hime. It's your turn.
All right. Yuji. Okutsu senpai cursed too. Let me hide my fingers. Okay, he's defending him. Then Maki's like, you could have done that with gloves. Go to Home Depot. What the fuck? Go to Home Depot is crazy.
That's
That's
insane.
crazy. And
Insane.
he's like, Okutsu senpai hindered Sukuna once he opened his domain a second time. Like I've been saying, we could have ended it all before that ever even happened. Okay, but why didn't you tell them that?
I like how
Anyways,
they
and
just
then
copied the same panel. It's just the
I
same
know,
panel.
right? This is crazy. And then we have Hakari, my goat. I thought being on standby inside Rika was pretty helpful. We didn't skip a beat jumping Sukuna after Gojo-san's defeat, and we got Oromi away from the get-go. That was all Okutsu. Oh yeah, he's giving him his flowers. Um, what is happening? What is this panel?
I don't know, bro.
Okay,
I
so
have
guys,
no
I'll try
idea.
to describe this. You guys are seeing this on screen. There's something in the air, mid-air, around Tokyo getting all destroyed. There's screens. That's
Inside
it.
of it,
I
I
don't know.
guess.
Yeah, I have no idea what is happening. Okay, cool.
I don't
Let's go
know.
to the next page.
I have
Let's go to the
no idea. Go
let's go
ahead.
to the next page. Toto. There's a lot I'm responsible for working with Mrs. May. Why do you call her that way, bro? Call her the predator. With Mrs. May had prepared us for Sukuna's domain, and yet I couldn't save Choso nor my brother. Todo, you did your best. I forgot the Hakari's girlfriend's name. Weren't they just out of range? Then Todo is like, it was more an issue of Sukuna's immense cursed energy. It was too thick in the eye. Wait, what? Why are you describing this word this
In
way?
the eye of the domain.
It
It's like
was
the
it
center.
was too, yeah, it was too thick in the eye of his domain. I wasn't able to distinguish the cursed energy. Okay.
The eye of like it's like the eye of the storm is like the center part of it.
What's up, IH Comics? And then we have, of course, who's alive too. I mean, why am I surprised? I forgot his name.
I have no idea, bro.
The
Just
the
keep
masked
going.
guy. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's everybody's alive at this point. He's like, I was in the eye too. I call him Wee Wee. I don't know if it's Wee Wee or Wee Wee. Wee Wee was able to whisk me out. I'm also to blame. It should have been Choso, not me. And Yuji is like, I would have died if that happened. It's no one's fault. Okay, so
One
Choso is
person
dead.
died.
So
Joso's
Choso is
dead. Yes.
wow. A round of
One person.
applause for Gege. Good job, Gege. Good job.
Sukuna
You killed
Sukuna
someone.
ran Sukuna ran the gauntlet and took out one person. So next time somebody says Sukuna is a more of a threat than Kaido, just know Kaido also took out Ashura.
No, but guess what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, but he killed Kashimo. Well, Kashimo was not supposed to be alive in this era. Of course, he shouldn't stay alive
Bro,
in this era.
Kashimo literally just got like noted. Who cared about Kashimo?
No, but that's not even the thing. Is that like it would make no sense for somebody that doesn't even come from this era to stay alive. Obviously, Gege kept alive everybody that comes from this era, not like the hyena era. Like let's just like I hate when people like bring these stupid arguments.
I mean, I
But
guess like
anyways,
Kashimo was pretty strong too. I'm glad that Kashimo's deceased, bro. Get him out of
I
here.
mean,
But like,
but
yeah,
that's the thing. It's logical for him to die.
yeah,
I mean,
but
it's
like
logical
nobody
for other
cared.
people to die too.
Yeah, like nobody really cared about him though. You know
Yeah,
what I
you
mean?
would be
Like
surprised.
Choso, at least I cared.
Bro. He has fans, bro. Kashimo actually, the farmers. He actually has fans. I pity them, but he has fans. He is French.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not French, but I speak French. All right. So Maki is still upset. I'm not trying to blame Yuta either. I mean, I got hit with 2 black flashes, but he. And she's like, never mind. I don't know why she stopped and they start laughing. All right. Then we have I forgot her name too, the blue-haired girl. Um, I was in cold sweats, acting as Maki-san marker and anti-domain strategy. Heck, even as a reserve, I was so worried it would only save me. Kusakabe, I told you not to get involved in the fight. I didn't do anything. You would have just objected anyway if I told you. Then we have. I'm sorry, I'm just so
bro,
tired.
bro. What the fuck is gonna do? Read that shit. Read that shit real quick.
I'm sorry, I didn't have a chance to do anything. Well, nothing was expected out of you, bitch.
What was she gonna do? It.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
She was gonna like go, group attack, and Sukuna just holds it out like, oh, what is?
She would have just looked at Sukuna. She would have evaporated, like literally.
Man, I'm sorry I didn't have a chance to do anything. What? Not, just die instantly? Oh, you're gonna Kashimo
Literally.
yourself?
literally. And then May was like, "What do you mean? Your broom was
Oh,
most comfortable." And then
that's
Hakari, I
insane.
and then Hakari, I wanted to help against Sukuna after taking care of Arumi, but they were crazy strong. Okay, so even until the end, we don't know this bitch gender. Why are we like? Is Uromi? What is Uromi, bro? Whatever.
Probably
It's a
just
day.
they just yeah. They're probably
I
just like
wanted Uromi to be
they're done.
Sukuna's girlfriend, bro.
Well,
Anyways,
they're Sukuna's partner, Hime.
all right. Well, apparently Uromi Elsa was too strong. Hakari is admitting that. Why are you doing this to me, Gege? Get the fuck out of here. Then we have Nobara, the pirate. I was asleep until the very end, so I
Ah,
really have, yeah.
insane.
Do I have one last page?
No, it's my turn.
Wait, one, two. Oh yeah, you're right. But before you keep going, let me just say the super chat. $10 super chat from the chemist. I'd love if this moment wasn't actually real and if it was like the Jogo moment from Shibuya when he was talking with the other curses, but was actually killed by Sukuna. Yeah, that's the thing. Unfortunately, this is actually canon 4K, live in front of us. It's true,
That
and
is
I
true.
agree with you. But thank you for the
That
super chat.
I will say, like, Arume is pretty cool, as a character, but I wish that we got to see a little bit of the Hakari and Arume fight. I feel like that's such a missed opportunity, especially because this chapter is basically
Right.
useless. There is nothing that is being told to us that really has any bearing on the plot whatsoever. And it's not even
Yep.
like it's a cool interaction because all we're seeing is Maki yelling at Yuta instead of like everybody being grateful that they're alive or even like just kind of talking about their experiences. They're all just like, well, I guess we could have done this differently, which in my opinion, horrible, right? But also,
Like who
yeah, apparently
cares?
Hakari was able to beat Kashimo, but Hakari couldn't take out Frosty the Snowman.
Bro, I just want to ask a question before you keep going. Who actually cares? Like how the plan could have gone to. We want answers to other questions. We want you to keep going with the plot to answer other stuff that we're questioning. Why are you talking about like what's the point of going over what happened like that?
Listen, bro, it's fine. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. So we got the goat ooey ooey over here. Like, well, everyone, it seems like you all have regrets. Thank you for stopping this, my goat. But then he goes, but I don't suppose anyone could deny that I was the MVP, and that's on God.
Not gonna lie,
He really
slay,
was.
slay. You
He
know
really
what? You know
he
what? This
really
is
was.
this is the energy we need. This is actually the energy we needed.
He absolutely was the MVP because without it, everybody else apparently this man has been single handedly keeping the Jujutsu sorcerers alive. You know what I mean? Like without
Literally
him, everybody would have
carrying
been
the
cooked.
team. Literally. This
But
is
then we
this is
go,
literally this is the LeBron James of the team. This is like literally Kobe. This is it.
but then we go. You left me behind mid fight. You're heavy.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. Listen, I'm gonna be
Uh,
honest. If I had to pick, I wouldn't save her. She's useless.
that is true.
What what
What
are
has
you
she done,
bringing to
bro?
the fight?
I don't think she's done anything. I don't think she's done a single thing.
Quite literally.
I like how Akari's just holding her back, and then it goes, well, you were busting out your hump. Your big sis was kicking back and relaxing. Yeah, bro. Mei
Uh,
did nothing.
You know what? She's smart. She she had got she's receiving the rewards by doing less work. If
But
that's
then
not
it,
smart, I don't know what it is.
but then Ui goes, my beloved sister worked herself to the bone with the new shadow issue. Now that's a convenient excuse. Oh my god, put her dogs away, bro. Get the get the woman away.
Oh my god.
But then it goes, I won't deny a thing. My life is priceless after all. There's no use betting with the priceless. I guess. And then we go, Akari goes, by new shadow, you mean dealing with the binding vow that forbade simple domain from being taught to outsiders. And he goes, precisely. The inherited binding vow of the school's simple domain, the original creator, Ashiya Satsuna, created that binding vow with the intention of simple domain being inaccessible to cursed users. Okay.
Hmm. So we're getting some lore about simple domains. Wow, that's cute. Oh my god! Finally, he's answering one out of the 10,000 things he's supposed to answer.
Yeah,
All right.
this is probably the one thing that I feel like they could have just kind of said in passing, like, oh, she was dealing with that. But I guess this is very cool lore. And then it goes,
Mm-hmm.
well, as the generations rolled on by, the new shadow style was no longer of public interest, and the simple domain technique became a trade secret. They don't even care, bro. Look at this.
Mm.
And then it goes, they essentially monopolize the technique, invite disciplines, then have them undergo unnecessary binding vows. The new shadow is a cornerstone for sorcerers without technique after all. Toto, who learned it from Tsukumo, who learned it like how Mekamaru did. I love Toto so much.
Bro, it's not a secret anymore. Everybody knows this shit, bro.
That is true.
Um.
It is your
So
turn, but
yeah,
you also have a super chat.
yeah, yeah. So $5 super chat from Moro Maris. Thank you so much. He says late but double W for Yuta and Higuruma for being alive. So listen, since everybody at this point is alive, yes, W. Everybody's alive, so sure.
Not Choso.
I
Choso is
love.
actually gone.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. At least Chosu's gone. Yeah, Gojo as well.
Hime
Nana and
is not
Hime.
happy. All right, go ahead, Hime.
Thank you for the super chat. Um, then we see a clock, and it's 2:20, I think. So, what's so tricky about this binding vow that's stopping it from being taught to outsiders? Well, that's only one part of it. We also can refuse the head of the school if they ask us to mobilize. And then there's the especially troublesome bit. Wait, what? Wait, bit there. What?
Yeah.
Troublesome.
Yes, yes, you read it
I don't know how to
correctly.
pronounce this. Be
No,
there?
you said
Bit there?
what? No,
What does.
no, it's just a dash. It's just saying, and then there's the especially troublesome bit, their lifespans.
Oh my god. I don't know why I thought it was a whole word. I thought it was a word, bro. I was like, why
Just
are
keep
they
going.
like splitting it?
No, no, no. It's like a
Anyways,
pause.
okay. Their lifespan. It's closer to a curse than a technique or binding vow. It's night. Wait, 1 second.
Yeah,
It's night unconfirmable, but apparently the head of the school absorbs the user's lifespans. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. And Nobra is like, huh? The lifespans? Apparently. No one knows who the head of the school is, which is why there's no way to tell if the lifespans contract exists or how it functions. After all, sorry, there are grandpas and hags that lives long lives even after using it. When the head dies, the school's best disciple succeed. Then, however, only they are made aware of it, which means we have no way of sussing that out. Okay, a lot of simple domain lore. Interesting. How is this gonna? I don't know. Like, I
just keep
mean, I don't
going.
know. Is this number? Is this going to like affect the story going on? I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
guess
We
it's
gotta.
interesting to know. All right, Kusakabe. Only the head of the school can render the binding vows null. As far as I know, there's no one amongst the best student of the school that knows about anything about the head. Mimi's like, you mean there wasn't anyone? Okay, Mimi, I see you. Kusakabe's like, I'm the head of the new shadow school now.
There we go. Yeah,
What?
that made the most sense out of everything.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
because like he's obviously the best simple domain user. Like, from what we know, you know what I mean. Considering that like these are the only characters
Yeah.
that we really care about. But yeah, that made perfect sense. I figured that's where they were going with it.
Yeah.
And like they're all gonna eventually take the old positions or something like that.
I
Hopefully,
mean,
Mei
yeah,
gets
next
nowhere near any.
generation.
Hopefully, Mei gets nowhere near any authority figure, bro. Get that woman away.
Alright. So and then because I was like simple domains, binding vows and all that lifespan stuff isn't an issue anymore. Okay, so he just like, nullified the shit.
Yep.
Cool. Um, then we have Meme and her brother. Be sure to leave some of the benefits. When you become the head someday, you can collect a nice fat monthly tuition fee from all your disciples. You were literally just saying, don't put this woman in power. And,
I
and, and, and
told you,
Gege
bro.
just proved you right in the next panel. Isn't that crazy?
She weird, bro.
She's crazy. Then I
Yo,
think I
people,
have.
people in the chat going.
Bro, listen, guys.
Oh my
I hear
god.
you, bro. And then we have my last page. We have Mei Mei just playing with her brother, turning him around, picking him up. Oh, big sis, you're really a misser. Miss, what is it? Misser,
Miser. I
miser.
think it's a miser.
I don't know what that means. All right. And she's like, hey, hey, it's time for Jujutsu Society to follow suit and enter the era of subscriptions. She's
Actually, the worst
crazy.
person. Actually,
She's
the worst person
evil,
ever.
bro. Someone
This,
fire her. Literally, put her
these,
in the
this,
prison realm
May.
box.
Listen,
100%,
bro.
bro.
Why does May May remind me of Adobe, bro? It's like, would you like a subscription? Oh, you want to cancel it because you can't afford it? That's gonna be $500.
Oh, isn't that crazy? All right. And then we have the old man that we saw at the beginning. Is it a woman? Old woman or old man? I'm not sure.
I don't know,
Whatever.
bro.
The old person. A price you ask for you, and she's like, for your life. Whoa, what is happening here? Go ahead.
And then we go, how did you know that I was here? And then I'm the head. And then Meme goes, heh heh. I just asked someone with the proper information. No one should have such information. Gathering your disciples until your power rivaled that of the big three families, you wanted to take over the Jujutsu world, including ousting those higher ups, didn't you? Tengen. Ooh.
But who is that?
It was the other head, I guess. So this was like
Oh.
the last head of like the thing. So it's like you would have needed years and years drawing your disciples' lifespans. There was something you wanted to see, wasn't there? Aspirations like these seem almost priceless. And now, with the Zenin clan annihilated, we stand on the cusp of a decisive battle wherein both Kamo and Gojo clans could face destruction. But
Can I just say I love the crows and like this panel? I just wanna
yeah,
like,
this
you know, it's
this
very
panel is
pretty.
actually really cool. This panel has some awesome artwork. But
Mm-hmm.
things more important than money can't be protected without the proper funds. Uh, there were sorcerers whose lives would have been saved if you hadn't monopolized the simple domain. More than anything, you were trying to turn my dear little brother into damaged goods. That alone made this an inevitability. And it says, you pay the price with your life. Only 2 chapters remain.
Oh my god,
Okay.
that head died. Okay, that's how like he became the head afterward, Kusakabe,
Yeah.
right?
So I guess Mei Mei actually did do one thing.
I mean, listen. Uh, you know, like she might be sus, but at least she
No,
helped
she.
in the story.
You know what? Not even. Get this woman out of here, bro. Get this
You're right.
weird
You're right. You're right.
creepy
I'm
out of here,
scared.
bro. Absolute
Literally.
nasty. The stuff that
So
this girl did with her brother. Get this psycho into an institution, bro.
literally, but you know, okay. So it's time to discuss this chapter. So okay. So the thing is, I I don't mind. You're the author. You can say whatever you want. You can like take whatever direction you want. You wanna whatever you wanna do. It's fine. I'm fine with the decision making you're doing. But it's just that like I just don't like the execution of some things, and I just don't like how much time you're putting on some things. So did we really need a full chapter of what ifs and what could have and what we should have? I
Yeah.
don't think it was that necessary. Like I can understand you as a mangaka, you don't want to have like imperfections in your manga maybe, and you wanted to tell everybody that you know that there was something better that could have happened. I don't know. But like it's just that like I feel like as your readers, we care more about you. Like for example, the simple domain lore. That was fun. That was nice. You could have touched up on other things. Like, are you gonna have enough time in the next 2 chapters to talk about all the other lores and plot points you've introduced to us? Are you gonna have enough time? I doubt. So, like, I don't think you should have like wasted that much time talking about what ifs. Honestly, nobody's gonna be like, aha, Gege, I found a loophole. Your characters could have done that. Like, nobody's gonna do that. Nobody cares. You know, like,
Yeah, I know.
it,
If anything, like it could have been taken care of with a very simple, like, we could have done so much other stuff. It was the best
yeah.
it was the best that we could do, and it had the best outcome. That's it. Could have been
Yeah.
two
On
small
that moment,
panels.
yeah. Like we know
I
it's a manga. We know people are imperfect. They're not perfect. It's normal that like there's probably a better plan. That's fine.
But it's like that's all they could come up with the time that they had and with the resources
Yeah,
that they had. Like I'm
literally.
gonna be
And
honest,
Yuta didn't know. that he would survive. He had no idea.
Yeah, Yuta didn't know, and also they didn't know like some other moving pieces were coming in. Like a lot of that stuff was kind of like in the moment, and they're like, "Oh, well, we didn't know how strong Sukuna was." I mean, obviously, right? I know that a lot of
Mm.
people who are defending this chapter are basically saying that, well, Gege made this chapter to basically tell like the haters off, right? That like that was the only way the plan said. And to me, it's like I don't think anybody really minded the plan.
Yeah,
Um,
we were
I
fine
think
with
that
it.
the simple domain, because like here's the thing, like I don't need the lore of every curse technique. That simple domain lore was really important for the story though, and specifically with like the clan heads, right? So I think that this was a really important bit of
Yeah,
information. I wish that they would have maybe had the chapter majority this instead of just kind of putting it
I
towards the
agree.
end. And
I
kind of
agree.
just talking about like cursed society, Jujutsu society, and kind of talking
Mm.
about the heads instead of that, where they're like I think we could have started off the chapter with people kind of like talking and then just kind of showing like the emotional turmoil. Because to me, it seems like everybody's just fine, which is like, it doesn't really make sense. Specifically, it doesn't make sense for Higuruma to be just fine after that. He's only been a JJK sorcerer for like what, 2 months, they said, right? Like, they should be talking about like how people have like interacted and making sure everybody's good. But everybody's like, oh, it's fine. Everything's good. Which honestly doesn't really make sense for the characters and
Kicking
the
it.
story that he wrote it. Yeah, and it's like a lot of this thing was just like what ifs. And it's like, I don't care about the what ifs though. Like I care about how these
Did
characters
you?
are feeling. I care
I.
about how their interactions are.
Oh.
I care about the way that Jujutsu Society is going to work from now on. And I also just care about like did they not even think like yo, why did Kenjaku go out so easily? Like if they're going to say what ifs, like what was Kenjaku's plan, bro?
But that's the thing. That's the thing. Like I haven't found one person on the internet that complained once about the plan.
I
No
know.
one,
Me
like no
neither.
one is no one online is complaining about the plan. No one cares. We were just like accepting whatever like Gege was throwing at us. All we want is just answers to like some questions. And yes, we got like an answer to a question here. Like we got an answer to like, well, what the fuck was maybe doing? What a simple domains head, whatever clans. We got answers to that, which is fine. Like, thank you. But like, what about the rest of the things? As you said, like I feel like they're not asking the right questions, unless again maybe the next two chapters is gonna cover all the questions we have. I don't know. I don't know if Gege has the ability to do that, the capacity to do that. But we need answers. Like I'm telling you, Kenny. I need answers about Kenny, bro. I want to understand some like also the merger, even if it doesn't happen. Like I need to understand like the after lore of like the like the lore
Yeah,
about the
there's a
this like so many things, bro. So many things, bro.
it's
You
it
know?
almost seems very important because like Tengen was killed, right? Like that's our thing. Like Tengen was killed, and it's like, so what happens now with that? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like
okay, so
who?
Kenjaku,
Yeah,
like, why did Kenjaku like was it all for the merger? And it's like, how do we stop the merger from ever happening again? Like, if we're basically going with like everything is all fine and good, then we need to know like how are they going to present this or prevent this? And it seems like this chapter was mostly just nothing except for the simple domain, which is really important, right? There are three important things that need to happen before JJK ends, and they need to happen in 2 chapters, and I don't think it's going to be satisfying. The first thing is that we need to see the emotional impact on the characters, right? We need to make sure that these characters
that's not happening.
and are you know what I mean, how they feel, like how their interactions are going to go moving forward, if these characters are even going to stay Jujutsu sorcerers. um and we also need to see how they're going to deal with the question that Yuki posed. How do you get rid of curses? And that's a very important question that they just kind of never really go over. And it's very important and they need to do that. So even if like the character interactions and how they deal with the Yuki question, that's the first thing that needs to happen. The second thing is that we just need what happens with the Jujutsu clans and kind of what's going on. They kind of are touching on it here. So I think that before the story ends, we're going to at least get a semi-satisfying answer on this is how the clans are going to work. And I think that they're going to work something out. I think that's probably going to be the majority of the next chapter. Um, and then the third thing that needs to happen is what's with Kenjaku? Like, what
Kenny
about
and
this
the
merger? What
merger,
about
like I'm
and
sorry, like
was there a backup plan to this? Like, Kenjaku planned for everything else. Is there anything else that they need to do, and how can they prevent this from ever happening again?
and how like that's the thing, like um there is no way that you built up a man like a mastermind evil antagonist like Kenjaku and just like offed him that way, no closure, no nothing. We don't know what is happening. We don't know like
Because
there's
like,
that's the thing. It's missing. Like there's missing like
yeah,
pieces,
because
and I hope
especially
he
with
talks about
Yuji,
them.
right? Like it's like especially with Yuji, because like he had this entire thing where it's like he made Yuji as like or Yuji's dad was the thing, and he like made Yuji for a specific reason. Like he made Yuji to beat Sukuna, right? So it's like
Yeah.
he must have known Sukuna would have been defeated. So that's my thing.
Yeah.
That's why we need Kenjaku's plan, because things aren't adding up with this. So those are my
Yeah.
three things. Do you agree with me? We need to have the
I
Yuki
agree.
answer. We need to have the Jujutsu Society closed out, and kind of how it's going to interact with the regular world, and how people are kind of going to move
Yeah, I
forward
mean,
from this.
I don't. I feel like Gege doesn't have enough time, or even like doesn't know how to expand on his word building. So I wouldn't count on that. But
But
yeah,
but I'm saying for a satisfying ending though, like even if he does like,
yeah,
and then we need to
I
get
would
the
love that. I
Kenjaku
would
like
love
plan.
that. Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
I
we
would
need
love
these
that.
those three things need to be answered before the manga ends, and I think that
Yeah,
those three things are honestly going to take a total of 20 to
cause
30
like,
chapters to really
cause
go through and actually see.
Cause like why were you introducing like fucking like you know the whole like why were you talking about the military, the world and everything, and you need to go back to that, like what is happening with the world, you know? I'm sorry, but this is important, you know? You
Yeah,
can't just like
so
keep it like local inside of the city and the manga there, like that doesn't
because
make
we saw
sense.
like stuff from like the US and stuff, and it's like, so what's gonna happen?
Literally.
And it's honestly, we need like basically for that type of world building to really have a satisfying ending, we honestly need like another arc in which we see like it needs to be like the aftermath arc of Sukuna. And I know that a lot
Yeah.
of people probably like wouldn't like that, but because the world building was so minute up until this point, and he put these glimpses in, it's like how is Jujutsu, how is the regular society supposed to reform after this? So that's my thing, but that's
I
just me.
feel
That's
like
just me.
I feel like Gege just wants to like end things like in a way like, oh well, we resolve the important things. There's still unresolved things, but we keep it moving, we keep living, and
That
open
whole
ending.
the whole conversation about the what ifs could have been discussing the Yuki answer, couldn't it?
But that's the thing. If that's the thing, like, do you think they would even have an answer to this? I feel like they are still
But
gonna
even if they
keep
don't,
being Jujutsu sorcerers and just keep like on fighting.
but there's the thing, like even if they don't, this is something important where they basically either
Yeah.
need to say, because Yuki basically said like, because here's the thing, there is a way to get rid of cursed spirits, and it's what Geto was doing.
Mm.
He was right, like that was an answer. But the thing is that how do you stop that from ever happening again?
And
And
also,
that's what they need
you
to
know what?
discuss.
After when you think about it, normal humans, and these are kids, huh? Normal humans, after going through a war, let's say like World War III or something, after going through a war, everybody that went through that war would start questioning their morals, what they want to do going forward. Do I want to still like do I want to go through another war? How can we prevent another war from going? What do you're right, like we need, you're right, this is, you're right,
Yeah.
like I was like we need to discuss this, like it's just a bit like how Ghetto was contemplating his life. Nanami
Yes.
was contemplating his life. Everybody was contemplating. There's no way these kids are just like, yeah, like another like we're like what, like another Sunday morning, beautiful day. I cannot wait for the next Sukuna to come, the next king
And
to
that's
come, and
and that's the thing.
we're
It
gonna
was
clockwork again. Like,
they're like, well, for the next time we could have done this and this, and it's like, why are we acting like retroactive? Like, oh well, we could have done all this stuff. You know what I mean? Instead of like, how do we stop this in the future, and how do we kind of prevent this
literally,
stuff from happening? And like, that's what we needed. This chapter needed to be proactive instead of retroactive, and that was the majority of the
agree.
issues with this chapter. I think this
They,
chapter was a
you know
5 out of 10. It was just very useless information. Um, Although the one part was funny where the broom girl was like, "I wish I could have gone out to Sukuna." Like,
what?
what are you doing?
No,
You're
yeah,
gonna
listen, I
sweep
was
up
to tell you
around him?
something. Literally, this chapter is like reminds me of like the it's a it's a way of working. It's called agile. It's like you work for an amount of time, and then you have a retrospection, and you just think about how what you could have done.
Yeah,
This is literally what is happening, and I'm like,
that's like a
and
case review in
normally
a
you
hospital.
put, yeah, and normally you put like some points where like, oh, what to do for like the next sprint to
For the
not redo
future.
these mistakes. And that's the thing, like they're talking, as you said again, as if like as there's another, maybe if another Sukuna comes back, this is what we're gonna do. But like this is not supposed to be the way you're thinking right now.
The same thing happens in medicine. Like, so we have like case studies where we basically go over a case and we are like, well, what did we
Mm-hmm.
do wrong? But then it's also like, how do we prevent these in the future, and what do we put in place? So this is just a case study that isn't good.
Yeah, I just want to say, Jay is in the chat because he understands. He also works in tech, and like we literally like in agile, that's literally what we do. It's so funny. This is, I'm telling you, Jay, when you're gonna read this, you're gonna see how this is literally agile. Like Jujutsu Kaisen is agile. But I just want to say also one last thing. I know we spoke about a bit about it, but I want to tell people why I'm mad about people like surviving. I am not like I'm not somebody who get mad because an author um uh, let people live or doesn't kill them. Like, listen, I'm a One Piece fan. Like, I have no right to be mad at that. Again,
Mhm.
my mangaka does that all the time. But again, as I said, it is expected from Oda. We are literally used to his game. We know how he plays. We know he doesn't kill people, so that's fine. It is expected from him. The problem with JJK is that Gege introduced me to a vibe, to a mood, to a tension, to a type of like edge for his series where he didn't wasn't scared of killing people, and he did it left and right. So you can't like just introduce me to something, maintain it for the whole manga, and then the last 5 chapters just like throw it out in the garbage and just decide that, like, you know what, I switched my mind. Let me just I'm gonna just like bring back everybody. Like, we're not used to that. That's why I'm shook. If he was the type of man to do that for the entirety of the manga, I would be like, yeah, whatever, like it's expected from him, a bit like Oda. That's why when Oda does it, we're just like, we're disappointed, but we're like, you know what? Another one. But with Gege, we're not used to this shit. I thought he was like another Attack on Titan. He wasn't scared of killing people. But no, apparently he's also a pussy, bro. Like, he
Yeah.
also doesn't have like the balls to kill people apparently because everybody's here. That's why
And
I'm mad, guys. It's the
I agree.
inconsistency.
And you know what? IH Comics actually kind of said it best when he was like, the series went downhill when we had like nameless guys. Like, he said like LaRue and Miguel show up and wasting time to prolong the Sukuna fight. Which honestly,
Literally.
like, I loved LaRue and Miguel, but you're right because it was like, so it would have like one person show up and then another person showed up and then another one. And it's like, if they would have just all showed up at the same time and we had this massive battle, the chapters probably could have been shorter, right? It wouldn't have been as so. And you're right, they prolonged it instead of just putting them in. And I guess maybe this is what this chapter is saying, like, well, we didn't know if they showed up. Well, Gege knew, right? Gege knew. So if he knew he was going to have these characters in, put them in earlier.
And
Even if the
also
characters didn't know.
like, you should know as a mangaka. Like, I cannot stress this enough. You should know as a mangaka how you ruin things when you bring like character back to life. Like, I understand some characters have a big fan base. Yuta, I get it. There's like Yuta degraders everywhere. Fine. You want to bring him back to life, it's okay. But like Higuruma, um like even the guy with the thing that on his head, I forgot, like
Oh
the
yeah, he
emu
should be dead.
guy, like,
Yeah,
these guys, like, I'm sorry, like, there's some people, like, you could have left them dead just to like keep that tension, keep that like crazy sacrifice. Because right now, if everybody's alive, let's be honest, like, what are they mourning? Okay, they're mourning like Choso, fine, whatever, Gojo and Nanami, okay, but like, there's no stakes. There's no like reflecting on your life, reflecting, like, how in Jujutsu Kaisen Zero, how they were actually dying, and like Geto was reflecting on his life, all of them was reflecting on like their
yeah.
future and everything. That could have helped for like the emotional development of these like sorcerers. But now,
It
like,
feels like a
everybody's
different
alive,
story.
everybody's just having fun and joking around. So
It
like,
just
what's
yeah, it feels like a different story from what was set up. Because here's the thing, like
yeah.
a lot of people will say that this is supposed to be a parallel back to like the beginning of the series, which I would agree that the interactions that these characters are having are very similar to like season 1 JJK. But my issue is that when you have a story progress like this and you
Yeah.
don't keep those fun elements, like these elements weren't in the story at all after season 1 basically. Like after Shibuya these elements were gone. And unlike Oda, and I hate bringing up One Piece, who has kept these elements in their story, and this is one of the reasons why we can give him such leeway, Gege did not. And because of that, this feels very forced and it feels almost like a different story, and it's why people are upset. I don't like I'm not like, oh my god, I can't wait for characters to get killed, right? But it's like when it's like, oh well, I guess there's no tension. It's like when you go back and reread this, it's going to feel worse. Like I
I
almost
agree.
wonder how we're gonna feel in the anime when stuff happens because I feel like it's going to ruin the experience knowing that all these characters are brought back. And you know what? One Piece has the same issue, and you know what? My Hero has the same issue. Bakugo should be absolutely deceased. There is no reason he should be back. You know what I mean? Like after that, like that was an ass pull, and it's one of the
You know
reasons
what?
why. But
Mhm.
just really quickly, this is one of the reasons why Attack on Titan is still one of the best endings in all of animes.
I
And
agree.
regardless of what people say, the fact that Attack on Titan killed off characters, had them stay dead, knew what they wanted to do with the ending, and they left it as an open ending so that people could interpret what happens. They all of the themes that were present in the beginning of Attack on Titan were
Everything
present
was
at the end.
answered.
It was present all the way through. Everything was answered that needed to be answered
Everything.
about the world. And it's like, we got a very satisfying ending.
You
And
know
you
what?
know what? When the anime came out and everybody's like, oh, this is a very satisfying ending of Attack on Titan. Everybody basically was like, yeah, but some people are like, I didn't like that Paradise ended up getting destroyed afterwards because Aaron's thing was meaningless. Well, that was the entire point of it, right? So it's like, everything that if you have a problem with, then you have a problem with the series. Where it's like, I never had a problem with JJK. I think Culling Games is fantastic. I think Shibuya is fantastic. But that is so
Hidden
different than what's going
inventory
on
was
here.
very good too. Yeah,
Hidden
no, no.
inventory, fantastic.
No, but that's the thing. Okay, that's what I wanted to also touch on the point is that like first of all, I need to give like also AOT their flowers. I think that like right now, like reading like all of these manga and seeing their ending and everything, and seeing how like lackluster and underwhelming it is, I am seeing that like it's harder to land than to like just go off. Cause like Gege, and I was saying this to Jay the other day. I was like, Gege didn't even fuck up the landing. Like the whole plane exploded before it even landed. Like this is how bad it is in my opinion. And I think that how you can say how you can like rate a manga is how am I going to enjoy it if I reread it? Is it rereadable? If I'm going to not enjoy rereading this manga, it's because there's stuff that don't make sense. And now, like for example, every time I'm gonna see the sacrifices of these like characters, I'm just gonna be like, it doesn't matter, he's gonna be alive. Every time I'm gonna read a new plot line, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is never gonna be answered. Like I don't like it's not gonna be enjoyable. And as you said, if I reread Attack on Titan, everything makes sense. Everything like, and if anything, rereading Attack on Titan, you even grace
You
over
can't
details you didn't see. You're like, oh my god, this makes
exactly.
sense. We talk about this at the end. Oh, this connects. Like, it's such an enjoyable reread. Rereading Jujutsu Kaisen will just make you frustrated. You
Yeah.
will look at shit and you will be like, I am already frustrated because I know that this is not gonna be answered. This is gonna be fucked. This is this. So that's why I have a hard time, bro. I hate that. Like for me, you have to have a good introduction, good development, but the closure is so important. Same with the characters, bro. Like you can't be
Yeah.
well written if you don't have a good closure, bro.
And you know what? Like, I think that's one of the reasons why, like, regardless of how many people want to trash on Fairy Tail, the ending was very satisfying. Regardless of how weird some of the plot lines were in the middle, it had a great start and a great end. And you know what? Those are the
Mm-hmm.
most important things.
Actually,
Regardless of
yeah.
what, yeah, regardless of what people want to say, if they dislike the themes of Attack on Titan, it had a solid ending. Regardless of what people want to say, if they're like, oh, well, Full Metal actually is just fantastic all the way through, right?
Yeah.
But it's like,
That's yeah.
yeah. Like that's just like a good ass story. But this is my thing, right? Where it's like we know how an ending should be. All you need to do is just answer the questions that you set up in a way that makes sense, and you just need to make sure that you're not ruining the story retroactively. I feel like one of the worst things about the One Piece ending is going to be that Oda will bring back characters that should be dead, and it's going to ruin a lot of the tension. And you know
Mm-hmm.
what? Rereading through Egghead Island is going to be hard because you're just gonna be like, well, this character lives. And that's like one of the worst things where it's like, I think Oda is going to mess up very heavily on that. I don't think that the One Piece ending will be perfect by any means because of this problem right here that we're seeing with JJK.
But I think that Oda will always answer the questions.
And that's the other thing. It's like at least Oda will answer the questions where it's like, and they were saying too, like we got one Gojo clan member on screen. What? We got no information about the clans whatsoever. So then why even bring them up? Why even make them important?
I
That's
don't
my
know, but that
that
and like I don't. It's not even the only thing. Like not only Gege is not gonna have like. Listen, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's gonna answer everything in the next two chapters, but I doubt. So I think that a lot of things are not gonna be answered. But also like there's some closures of characters that were god awful, bro, and I can't get over them, bro. Like I can't think of a worse like closure for an antagonist as Gege. I'm telling you, he's in my top one worst closures of all time. And there's also Sukuna. The closure was, it was. I expected more. For
it
Sukuna, I
it
expected a
wasn't
better
good.
closure.
It
It's
wasn't
just
good.
like so that's the thing. That's the thing. It's just like it keeps adding up, like things after things. Like I want
Yeah,
to be
like
happy about this manga, but like he's making
The
it hard,
Sukuna,
bro.
you're right, and the Sukuna closure was so bad, and I feel like even like thinking back on it, like I either wanted to see this man basically like at the very end, like either like crazy, like he's still strong, like basically the Gojo type ending where it's like he's like still standing and Itadori's just like, I beat you, and he's like, damn, like and acknowledges Itadori. That could have been one path, or the way that they kind of did
But
it, but they kind of just did it halfway where it's like he's pathetic, he's begging for his life, he's kind of this like sad sap, and Itadori is standing over him like I pity you. You know what I
well,
mean? That we either needed those two extremes for a
but
character
hey,
like that, and we got right in the
we
middle.
we got such an underwhelming. You guys don't understand. It's not the fact that he got defeated. Like obviously he would get defeated unless like Gege wanted to take a different route. Like he got defeated. That's totally fine. And Yuji did it amazing. I love the fact that it was Yuji, but like he was at the end he was like he was still talking to Yuji as if like he didn't care. He was like yeah whatever. Literally,
Yeah,
like it wasn't like I can't believe I lost, or it wasn't like oh my god I'm dying. Like it wasn't neither of these two. It was
it
I
was.
don't care.
It was literally
He
this. It
didn't
was
care.
literally just like,
He was like oh well dang you know?
yeah. Oh darn it! I was defeated. That sucks. That was literally it. And he's just
No,
like, ah, I may
he
come
was
back.
you know what? Yeah, he kept. You know what? That's the thing. He can save this closure, this ending for Sukuna if he actually show us that Sukuna kind of survived. His courage survived somehow. That would explain why he didn't feel phased by dying because he still didn't die.
It
He
still
can
would have
still
been
save
bad.
Sukuna. Yeah, I agree, but he can still save Sukuna's character. But like, I don't know what he's gonna do
I'm
in
gonna
the
be
next two
honest, Sukuna's.
chapters.
I'm gonna be honest. The fact that Sukuna had this like in-depth hatred for Itadori, and then just didn't care when the person who he literally
Nothing.
hated the most
You
beat
know
him.
what?
Like even
You
if
know
he
what?
comes back, he should have been pissed. He should have been like screaming
You
and
know what?
frothing that
Don't.
Itadori of all people beat him.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Now that I think about it, Gege introduced this whole relationship between Yuji and Sukuna and never like closed that relationship. It's like open forever. And we just keep wondering like what was gonna happen, like how this ends, how this you know how Mahito and 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 and, and Yuji it ended in a way. It's never gonna end with like Sukuna and Yuji because he just ended it in a weird way. Like
It was just
what's
like I said, it's bad. I'll see how these next two chapters go. Some people are coping, and you know maybe it's not cope, maybe it is hope that there's actually going to be a continuation of JJK, and this time it's going to be basically JJK Part 2 with Kenjaku. And honestly, if Kenjaku survived and this was just part one of his plan, and that's why everybody survived, and it's just all according to his plan and stuff, and that's why.
I guess it
But
makes
listen,
sense.
to be fair, if we're actually going to go, so let's say that like JJK isn't ending. JJK is getting a part two after like a couple months, right? And they're just gonna work it up, and he's gonna go back to serialization. He just needed a break in between, or even like a year, and he's like, "There's a new JJK. It's JJK Shippuden, right? He just needs a little bit of a break before going into it." Let's say that happens. This is what I need to see then, because they can actually save basically the entire thing. Higuruma was saved by something that Kenjaku did. That's why Higuruma ended up living. That's why he's like, I wasn't supposed to live, right? All of a sudden, we see these clan things. They think that they're killing off all of these clans, but in reality, Kenjaku already has fall safe, like a fail safe.
Yeah,
And then
Falstaff's ahead. Yeah.
and then the thing ends where it's like they see Kenjaku and he's just sitting there and he's there and he has the scars and he's sitting there and he's just like, hey guys, you have 6 months until the next merger. That could have been. Then it's like, so now we have everybody back. Everybody's waiting. Everybody has basically been falling into the plan of Kenjaku, and then the main villain of part two is Kenjaku. I think that that would be great because then we can get a little bit more into the clans and actually kind of go into how were they. We can get into their history of them. We can see how Kenjaku is trying to affect regular society, and then we can still go into the Yuki question while just having this is the satisfying ending for part one, and
And
part two we're going into this.
and we can finally have a domain clash with Hakari because he's been talking about this for the entire manga
Yes,
and never used him.
and like
Sorry.
this time, like Kenjaku could have like basically a whole new cast of rogues going on, like maybe even like old like clan members too, and that would be perfect if Kenjaku basically
But you,
took like all of the clan members that like Maki killed or like these other ones that are dead, and he creates curses from these clan members, and then they have to like basically find out the history through them and see how it goes, and at the end of part two, they stop this merger, or even the merger goes through, and then it's just like they figure out like this is the answer to the Yuki question, and this is how they're going to go. You know what I mean? Like
but you
basically what
know,
they did with Chainsaw Man.
I agree, but that's the thing. I am almost sure this is not happening, and
I'll hope. I'll hope.
I think that Gege is just so tired of his own manga. I think that you know how like your first work is never your best work most of the time. I think this is what is happening. Is that like he wants to get to something new, something different. He wants to start something fresh, and he's probably not gonna do the same mistakes as he did with this one. And I think he's just want to end this one just to get to the next big thing, because obviously he loves his work, this is his work, but like, you know, we are very like when it's your work, you're very tough on it, and you just wanna, sometimes you just wanna, like, you know, put it behind you. And I think this is what is happening. This is my theory. I might be wrong, but I think this is my theory.
Yeah. I think we've thoroughly gone over this though. I think
Yeah.
I think
But
I
yeah,
think we're good for now.
listen, we'll see. Two more chapters, right? Next on yours and the last on mine, I guess.
Yep. We
I'm
started
excited.
we started it on your channel and we're ending it on your channel.
Isn't that crazy? This is
Isn't it
what a journey. What
what
a
a journey?
journey, bro.
And the
What
next
a
thing we got to
journey.
start reacting to is honestly Kagurabachi. I think that's
Yeah,
the next.
100%, 100%.
I'm
Like
gonna
we
I'm
can,
gonna catch up and I think we should do
yeah,
Kagurabachi. I
me too.
think that's gonna be
Oh
the
yeah,
next big
yeah.
thing anyways. So
This was
once we're
truly
done with
our
JJ,
Disney Kaisen. Sorry.
literally. But yeah, so we'll finish up JJK and then we'll
Yeah.
start doing Kagurabachi chapter reacts. There's
Um
like a good bit
and
already, and then
and
I
and
think
what's
these will be fun.
and what's nice about Kagurabachi is that, like, you know, the leaking culture doesn't really exist. Like, people are like not really they don't really like it, and it's only in Discord. So we're going just to always like react to the officials, which gonna be way less stressful as well. So I'm very excited too.
That'll actually be really fun because we should just do a
Mhm.
stream like catching up to Kagurabachi and just starting from the beginning. And we could do
Honestly,
like
oh,
on
a
like a
read
Sunday,
through.
we could do like a
I'm
read through like a
so
really
down.
long stream where we're just like reading it and then we'll have like Kagurabachi chapters
Yes.
this to this react and then we'll have it to that and then whenever we're caught up we'll
Ooh.
just go.
Yes. Oh my god, I'm so fucking okay, guys, don't worry. Okay, so everybody, join the Discord. We're gonna keep you updated regarding that. There's gonna be a huge Kagurabachi read through. So this is gonna be very cool. Yeah, you know, I'm very excited. Good
I'd
idea.
say
Love it.
yeah, I say we do it on your channel first. So we'll start Kagurabachi on your channel.
Sure. Sure, sure,
All
sure, sure,
right.
sure. No
Sounds
worries.
good. But all right.
Yes. So I just wanted to tell you guys again, join the Discord. The next stream is probably gonna be the 100K stream. We'll see.
Oh
We're
yeah,
gonna
we'll
keep you
see.
guys updated. Join the Discord. Thank you guys. Sorry this was a crash out stream, but thank you for popping in. We love you guys, and I hope you guys have a beautiful Sunday.
Peace
So
peace.
peace,
Bye bye.
peace.